welcome y'all back to another episode of What Were You Thinking? And today we got the opportunity to catch up with the multi-talented, super inspirational, motivational speaker, Latonya Garth. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I can't complain. I like to break down to people what the show is about. It's called What Were You Thinking? And it's an opportunity to catch up with entrepreneurs and tap into their mindset on what were they doing when they started their brand or what were they doing when they started what they were doing. So you ready to get off into these questions?
Let's do it.
All right. So who is Latonya Garth, the motivational speaker?
Who is Latonya Garth, the motivational speaker? Well, Latonya Garth is a woman who desires to inspire people who desire change by motivating them and impacting them through messages of hope. And that came about from just trials and tribulations and going through adversity. There's a saying that adversity introduces a man to himself, and through things that I've experienced in my life, it has allowed me to develop messages to empower people. And not only does it empower people, but it helps me along the way as well. And so having the gifts and the role as a motivational speaker is something that I know is God-given, and it's something that I don't take for granted.
Oh, okay. So what actually sparked you or set that fire in your belly to be a motivational speaker?
So it's a crazy story. I remember being in high school, and at the time I kind of was in that space where didn't know what I wanted to do, didn't know where I wanted to go. And I remember my mom, this is so vivid. I remember sitting in the kitchen, and she asked me about college. And I'm like, Mom, I don't know. She was like, well, what do you want to do? I was like, I really don't know what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
She said, well, what do you like to do? And I thought that was the most powerful question ever, because it allowed me to really think about the things that I enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to talk. I love to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Mom, I want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, really? I said, yeah. She said, well, paint a picture. What does it look like? I was like, Mom, I can see myself in front of a whole bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I got on a suit, and I'm just talking, and I'm just talking, and I'm just going. She's like, well, go do that then. And I was like, all right. So then I went to Michigan State University, and I majored in communication with a specialization in public relations. And then later I went off into college recruitment. And so a lot of the work that I did required for me to speak in front of people. And so I worked at the University of Detroit Mercy. I was there recruiting and doing presentations to students in high schools all across the city. And then I was recruited from U of D. Michigan State University recruited me to come work for them. So I went to work for them on a larger platform where I was traveling all throughout the United States, going to different high schools and also speaking at colleges, doing presentations. And so my skill set from speaking just for my career actually was preparing me for purpose. It was preparing me for the gift of being a motivational speaker. And so through my experiences and working in higher education, I was able to get a master's degree paid for 100% with my skill set as a speaker and as an educator in higher education. So I did that. And so my background in speaking and education is all tied into everything that I do. And so as a motivational speaker, not only do I give messages of hope, but I'm also educating students through the messages that I speak.
Wow, that's good.
So it all worked. And it all worked together for my good, and also for the purpose in which God has for my life.
Okay. And so with being a motivational speaker, we got to address the elephant in the room, which is COVID-19. And especially in your field with COVID-19 and not being able to be in large groups of people, I know it affected you in some way. So how did COVID-19 adjust your motivational speaking brand?
You guys make me cry. Jesus Christ. Well, I had 21 speeches lined up for the year 2020.
Wow.
And that was the most speeches that I've had lined up within a 2-month time span. So my speeches were lined up from March until May.
Wow.
Going into June with 4 graduation speeches. That wasn't counting the other speeches that I had lined up. So I was on my way. I'm like, hell, I can climb on up the ladder and, do things that I love to do. And make some money and do things, and to see that every last single presentation was canceled.
Wow.
And some of them were on very large platforms, and to not be able to do it, it was devastating because I was like, okay, I'm set back, and I didn't get discouraged. I almost got discouraged. But I realized that this is an opportunity for me to shift, and this is an opportunity for me to pivot. And so even in my messages, I always tell people that, we have to find the positive in the things that we go through in our lives.
Yeah.
And everybody got hit in some type of way. If it was dealing with adjusting to family, grieving the loss of a loved one, not being able to go to school, not being able to graduate from school, work situations changing, people losing, their jobs or their careers, financial struggle. So it was just so many different things that was thrown at me due to COVID, and it was disheartening,
Wow.
And so it affected me tremendously, but I also believe that it was a great blessing as well. And so I honestly believe this year is a blessed year for me because it allowed me to sit down, and it allowed me to focus more on the need of what the need is for people right now. People need hope.
Yeah.
So my gift is not in vain. The things that I'm destined to do, I believe I'm going to do them in the appropriate timing. And just having a carefulness about, the different things that are going on right now. So, yeah, I'm limited because I can't really go out the house and speak in front of 5,000 people. But my reach is even broader because I can go on Zoom and speak to 10,000 people.
Yeah.
And so to be able to look at the benefit and the blessing in COVID, it's really an opportunity for you to pivot. And if you have the ability to pivot in tough times, you're going to make it.
Yes.
And so that's where I'm at with it. So, yes, it's definitely an elephant. But I believe that the best way to eat the elephant is one piece at a time.
Okay. I like that. And this is the last question before we go to break. Without giving away all your little secret sauce, you know what I'm saying? What are some tips that you would give to some inspiring motivational speakers?
Do it because you're passionate about it. Don't do it for the money. Do it because you have an intention to serve and help people, because people underestimate the power of planting a seed. And, a lot of people look at motivational speakers and they say, oh, like he getting bread. I want to be like that. And it's like, no, you want to plant the seed because I believe the power. If I could talk to a 6-year-old and plant a seed to all 30 of my daughter's classmates, and when they become 16, 17, 18 and say, Miss LG, I remember when you said blah, 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 that's more important to me than $5,000-$10,000.
Yeah.
So I think, planting the seed is one thing that people need to be passionate about doing. The second thing is be aware. And when I say be aware, you have to be aware of your audience, because there are a lot of people that jump into motivational speaking and they just want to speak about everything. And it's like, if you're not aware of the topic, if you don't have the facts, if you don't have the information, if you have not had any real life experience that can, back up this stuff, to make your stuff valid, don't talk about it. If you don't know about it, don't talk about it. And then the last thing I would say is just be clear. Be clear about your purpose.
Yes.
And be clear about what your focus is, and making sure when you're doing things in terms of speaking in front of people that your message is intentional. Because there are people that'll just get up and say things. And so again, we go back to talking about the power of planting a seed. You have to be mindful of what type of seed you're planting. And so being focused on your message and having clarity is one of the most significant things any motivational speaker should do before they hit the stage.
Okay. All right. We all heard the tips there. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's trying to be a motivational speaker, y'all should have took that down. But for right now, we're about to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
My name is Don Williams. Today, I want to introduce to the world my beard products, Grown Man Beard. Grown Man Beard is made with all natural products. And with the Grown Man Beard, I have 4 different products to offer. I have the beard oil, beard wash, beard butter, and the beard conditioner. The first products I'm gonna talk about, they're pretty self-explanatory. The beard wash, once you get in the shower, you apply it, and then you rinse it off. Then you take the beard conditioner, it's a leave-in conditioner. You apply that, leave it in for a minute, and then you rinse that off. Once off the shower, you wanna leave the beard a little bit wet still, then you apply the beard oil. That's gonna help keep your beard moist, give it a nice little shine, and then on to the next step. And the last step, when you're going out tonight on the town, you want to apply the beard butter. That's going to provide you with a little hold to your beard. It's going to provide some more moisture, and it's going to give you that nice shine and a little fragrance. If you want to purchase my Grown Man Beard products, they can be purchased individually or in a bundle. I can be reached at the number below, or you can find me on Facebook or Instagram at Grown Man Beard.
Hey, what's going on, good people? We're back from commercial break, and on this segment of the show, we like to tap into the entrepreneurs' social media feeds, check out some of their posts, and ask them what were they thinking when they posted it. So I was scrolling through your Instagram, and I came across this picture with you holding a mic. It looks like you're on like a field or something like that. Can you tell us what was going on in that picture?
Just a field? I was on the field. I was on Ford Field, okay? So on November 15th, I had the opportunity to speak at Ford Field.
Wow.
And I was the keynote for, in partnership with United Way and Detroit Public Schools Community District. And it was just so dope to speak in front of like all of these people. I was just like, ah! And so it was like an extremely busy day because later that evening I had my book signing. So that was the same day I launched my book. And then to be able to be on that platform and speak to over 1,000 people and then like just get ready for something else later on that day. It was just like, dang, I feel like, I feel a little Beyonce-ish, And so it was just a lot going on. And it was a great, great experience. And it was kind of intimidating because it was my first time actually speaking on the field. So I had to get ready. So that picture you see, it's like, I'm ready. I got my mic. I'm ready. I'm ready to get up here. And when I got up there, it was just like, oh, it just felt so good. It just felt, it felt like I was in my element. And I'm looking forward to getting back to that.
Okay, that's what's up. Then I scrolled up a little bit more and I seen a post that says, there's nothing like being surrounded by genuine love. I love my family. I know family is key.
Yeah.
So what was going on in this one?
You know what? It was just the night of my book signing, and I had an opportunity to take a picture with my family. So you see there, my daughter, she's my world. She's 6, and she's just like my biggest cheerleader. And then I have my 2 big cheerleaders right there. My dad, of course, and my mom, my stepmom, and just beautiful people. I mean, and it's just a blessing to be able to be around people that support you and care about you, and whatever the journey is, they're there. And so I always want to give credit and honor to those that love me.
Okay. Oh, that's what's up. And then the last post I scrolled up, you got your little Black Panthers, face going on, and you taking a knee in your driveway. What was going on there?
You just said it. I was taking a knee in the driveway. Okay, stay home, stay safe. But I was actually just outraged at the things that were going on, and to hear about the death of George Floyd and how he got killed in 2020 is just horrific. And so I believe that we can't fight violence with violence. We have to fight violence with peace, and we have to fight violence with praying for peace.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to protest. I'm not against that at all. I'm all for peaceful protesting.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a way that we do it, and so violence on top of violence, again, it doesn't solve the problem. And our goal is to be examples to our children. And my daughter actually took that picture.
Wow.
She was my photographer that day. But our job is to be examples for those that are coming under us, and to show them that, there's a way that we can use our intellect to partner with other people that can help get the job done. If we can't get it done because of the color of our skin, there are ways that we can utilize our intellect that will help us get to the mission of equal rights.
Exactly.
And so that was the reason why I took the knee, because it's like, sometimes you just need to be quiet and just figure out ways that we can get around violence to solve the problem.
Okay, that's what's up. Long story short, it's always more than one way to skin a cat.
Absolutely. That's right.
So,
and more than one way to eat that elephant we talked about earlier.
That's true. That's true. So in wrapping up, what is on the forefront for Latonya Garth coming up, either at the end of this year, beginning of next year? What's going on with you?
Just even going back to we talked about, the elephant in the room of COVID. COVID allowed me to launch a whole coaching program.
Wow.
So I launched an entire motivational speaking coaching program to coach people. And so my market is primarily women and helping them get out there to deliver their messages and, helping them shape the message so that they can go out and inspire people and do what they want to do with whatever gift that they have. And so to be able to coach people not only in the motivational speaking arena, but also use my gift to coach them personally and help them in terms of decisions that they make about motivational speaking or about other issues that I might have some experience in. So just kind of being that life coach to them, and also that motivational speaking coach. And so that has been just my joy, and also just opportunities that just come. They're just coming and they're coming. And so again, my mission this year, with everything slowing down and that has slowed down, is to just plant seeds, keep doing what I've been doing. I don't lack anything. God has taken care of me because of, my ability to be obedient to what he needs me to do. And I'm okay with that, and so just continuing to plant seeds and serve and help as many people as I can. That's definitely what's on the horizon for me.
Okay. So with the program that you got, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Thank you for that. So they can reach me. I do have a website. I'm just going to turn away and look at the camera so they can see that I'm giving them my information. My website is www.latonyagarth.com. So that's my website. You can reach me there. You can email me. You can get my email from my website. Or if you want to call me, I have an 800 number. It's 844-454-2784. So reach me if you need to contact me to set up any type of coaching opportunities, or if you want to book me as a speaker, I'm certainly available for you to do that as well.
Okay. Well, this concludes this episode of What Were You Thinking? I enjoyed myself interviewing you today. And all my good people will be back at you again next week. All right. Bye.
Bye.